everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Kat Methven and today's video is nerve-wracking for me. Hopefully inspiring, insightful for you. My heart is already pounding now that this video recorder has gone on. So this video is all about, I guess, my journey with eating disorders and body dysmorphia, and I want to start it with a piece of writing that I did. And so I actually found this piece of writing. I wrote it back on the 31st of March 2008, so that was nearly 10 years ago. I'm 30 now, so I wrote this piece of writing that I'm going to read to you when I was 20 years old, and I found it back in November 2016, and I took a photo of it, I guess just to remind myself how far I'd come. And then with all the kind of talk around eating disorders, I went back through my photos and I read it and I got really upset, and there were a few mixed feelings, and I suppose that's really what I wanted to share with you, the sadness of where I was, the happiness of where I am now, but also mixed with, I guess, sadness of where I am now. So bear with me while I read this. I'm gonna get it up on my phone. Okay, so 31st of March 2008, titled My Life. Oh my gosh. How the hell am I going to make it through this? The darkness inside of me takes over. My mind says no, but my body can't help itself. I'm full to the top. No more, no more. I lean over, I let go. My body feels relieved. My mind feels shame, anger, and disgust. I try to hold it longer until the feeling passes, but I'm not strong enough to withstand the feeling of dirtiness and ugliness. When it happens, I feel emptiness, physically empty, a nobody, a nothing. I am an embarrassment, an issue, and I am the fake of the issues, the one that looks normal, the one that longs to look abnormal, so people will realize she's crying for help. Why, when you try harder, do you fail? I am failing. I am a fraud. I am a fake. I am desperate, but I can feel love through. The one thing in a long time that has made me feel good about myself. I'm scared of scaring away with all of my problems. Kat, the confident, pretty, happy, chirpy girl. If only they knew. I did come prepared with tissues. If this video makes it onto YouTube, you'll know that I am a lot more courageous now than I was back then. So my reason for sharing this with you is because I didn't speak to anybody. I wrote those things down, and you can see what a sad and lonely person that young girl was, how desperately she was in need of somebody to open up to, somebody to talk to. And as much as I have come such a long way from that point in my life, you know, I have an amazing life, people around me, I do the things I love, and I love the things I do, but there's always going to be this part of me, this little girl who is inside of me, who I really wish I had been kinder to. And so this video has a twofold message. For those of you who are struggling right now whatever age you are at, I urge you to stop using up that precious time that is your beautiful life and self and talk to someone. I spent 5 or 6 years not talking to anybody, feeling ashamed because I didn't look like I was unwell, but the thoughts and the feelings were far from okay. And so to any of you out there who are going through that right now, talk to someone. Really talk to someone. And you may not get all of the response that you want, but in vulnerability and weakness, as you might feel that it is the strongest thing that you could possibly do. By being open and being honest, it is so brave, so courageous and so strong. And if you just talk to someone, you may feel a little bit better. And maybe that someone isn't a friend or a relative. Maybe that someone is somebody from one of the amazing mental health charities that are around, who I will link to below. There's a few helplines that you can call and people will be there to listen. And then the other message is for those of you who don't have any of these issues and these feelings, but maybe you have people around you that do. And if someone wants to open up to you, let them talk. I think one of the most valuable things when I am feeling like I need to talk is just someone being there, just being next to me, whether I want to share or whether I don't. It helped just knowing someone was there. And just because somebody doesn't look what the textbook form of an eating disorder is, doesn't mean that they're not suffering. It doesn't mean that they're not struggling. And that's the problem with mental health, is that there is no diseased look about it. So how do we know? And the only way we know is by opening up. And you know, these issues for me were, like I say, 10 years ago, but this is how it's affecting me now. I feel I want to hug that little girl that I was, and I just want to say to her, like, you're so beautiful and you have this amazing life ahead of you, and just to grow and talk and be strong, and it will be okay, but it might just be a little bit harder before it gets okay, because talking and being curious and opening up, it's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say to you, oh, it's a breeze, you'll get well if you just talk to someone. It's really freaking hard. I can sit here and I can record this video in my house when no one's here. Do you know what the scariest thing about this video is? It's not the people that I don't know watching it, it's the thought of the people that I do know. So if my friends are watching this, maybe if my family were to watch it, that's kind of the scary thing. But we have to let go of the judgment and let go of worrying what people are going to think about us, because you're on your own journey and you deserve to be happy, but only you can make you happy. You have to want to recover. You have to really want to get through it. Sorry, I think I got lost in a bit of a sidetrack there. Oh gosh. I feel like now, I have and I feel like I am a whole different world away, like I was saying before. But as you can see, like, when I was on the train yesterday and I read that piece of writing, I just broke. I just was so sad for her and for me. And so my one piece of advice is that, I've said it already, but within vulnerability and truth and honesty is the absolute strongest person that you can ever be. So yeah, I will leave you with that. I don't want to make this video just ridiculously long of me crying and snotting everywhere. But, you know, I can sit here as a professional yoga teacher and blogger and YouTuber and this like 30-year-old woman that walks around being confident, but what I want you guys to know is that, you know, yes, not everyone goes through what you and I might be going through right now or 10 years ago or whatever, but there's a lot of us out there, and if we share, then we can find a little bit of strength in that community and that openness. I feel better for telling this to my camera. Whether, like I say, this video makes it onto YouTube, we'll soon find out. But I hope that in some ways you were able to find some kind of comfort within me opening up to you. And I hope to see you back here. I am still a yoga teacher. And I guess that's just the thing, isn't it? It's like we all have these professional jobs and we think that in order to do our jobs well, we have to be a certain person. But yes, we do need to do our jobs well, but me telling you this doesn't make me any less of a yoga teacher. So take that thought with you and, you know, open up and see what happens. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I promise not all of my videos are as depressing as this one. We have yoga flows every Sunday and on Wednesdays we chat. So thank you, and I'm sending you love for listening to me. Obviously comment below if you wish, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.